My name is Charlie, and I've spent over $1 billion on ads across my brands, clients, and agencies, and on behalf of some of the biggest companies in the world. In this video, I'm going to reveal what most marketers never get to see. I'm going to show you a recorded Zoom call auditing a complete stranger's ad account to show them the settings and the strategies they can use to immediately boost the returns so that you can repeat the process for yourself. There's no staging, just real process, real stakes, real money. Let's get to it.
How
I'm
many kids you
distracted
got?
for one with another one coming literally any day.
Wow, that's just like me. Let me give you some context, like background of the biz. I kind of need
Okay.
a little bit of, ad advice, but also mainly just kind of like business advice and testing advice. So, I have a jewelry brand, and I've kind of set up the back end of the business. It's pretty nice in the sense that I can basically source any type of jewelry, any design, any product. The only thing is it's made to order. So,
Got it.
it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get to the customer. So right off the bat, I have that slight hindrance in conversion because I won't be able to get it to people, in 2 or 3 days.
Sure.
But the upside to that is I can take assets from my different manufacturers where they take videos and images of $5,000 rings or necklaces and use that and then sell it as like a synthetic product. So like instead of it being solid gold, it's gold plated, or instead of it being a natural diamond, it's a synthetic one. So instead of buying something for 5,000, you can buy it for 100 or 200. So my question is I've been going all over the place. I've been a part of different groups, definitely the ones that say pump out 1,000 creatives a month. And so with jewelry specifically, it's kind of different in the sense that like the design of the jewelry itself is mostly the creative. So it's like it's not like I'm always hitting like these different types of ads for all the different angles and avatars. It's like a lot of times some of the best I've talked with like people who own different jewelry companies and different agencies that solely do, creative for jewelry. And they're like, honestly, our best selling ads are like white background, statics, or just like a 360 rotating video, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to figure out, like how do I test to find winners? Because I haven't found a consistent winner yet. What's the best way of going about testing a lot of products but doing it profitably? Because I just don't want to like fart out spend. I've had days
Sure.
where make like 1,000, but then some days where it spends 500 gets nothing. I tried
Sure.
to do catalog ads, spent 300 bucks on those. They did terrible. I haven't used Marpipe yet. I was interested in checking them out. I have a call with the guy tomorrow,
Okay.
to maybe get signed up. But like I'm just in like the strategy phase. I would love it to have only 5 ads and make 100K a month. That'd be amazing.
Sure.
And then just have a foundation where I have profit and then just reinvest all the profit back into testing to find more winners. Because again, like I have like an infinity amount of like products that I could generate.
Sure.
So I know that was a lot, but I hope that kind of gives a picture.
No, that absolutely paints a picture, and I appreciate it. And this is the problems of abundance when it comes to product. And I will say this. This is often a very common thing also for print on demand folks who essentially have an unlimited, right?
Right.
There are three things that I think we need to approach with this. Number one, um, if I have the white background stuff, you said the DPA didn't get you, the catalog ads didn't get you any sales. One of the things that I'd be very interested in, let me ask you this: are you making sales as a business outside of that?
Outside of just meta ads?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, we sell a little bit on Amazon and Etsy,
Okay.
but it's like 80% Shopify.
Got it. So outside of Shopify is making sales. So you have some sales data.
Hmm.
Okay. So what I'd be doing is I would be cross-referencing conversion rate by landing page against what earns spend in the DPA amongst broad and amongst retargeting. So do me a favor, let's go to the DPA side of this. And this is a bit of product research. Now go to breakdown. And here, let's scroll all the way down, all the way down. And what we want is, sorry, go to delivery. And then all the way down, product ID. Awesome. Now, what we're going to see here is hit the amount spent for me. What you're going to see, and this is going to be ugly here, and you could export this later, which might help,
Hmm.
is you be able to see what's earning spend.
Hmm.
And what matters to me, we have this Marindor earned basically one out of every $6.
Hmm.
Now, if you're, let's say your website has a conversion rate of 2%, and let's say the conversion rate on this product is 0.05, we got to get it out of the catalog. What I want to do is understand what products earn attention and have a above average conversion rate on my store. That way we can use DPA to accomplish market research, and then we can start to understand, okay, what products earn attention and convert well. Let me use that as the foundation of what I actually want to build ads to sell. The other way of doing this is, so I'd be focusing on that, and I do that for anybody with print on demand, anybody with massive catalogs, anybody with a problem of too many SKUs. How do we
What
figure out
about
what to sell?
what about flex ads? 'Cause I didn't even know that was a thing. Like before, what I did is I
Yeah,
literally created like 100 ad sets with like two ads in each one that were just
sure.
like white background, and that
Yeah,
was like stupid because it was spread too thin. Spending like 200
yeah.
bucks or 300 bucks a day. So are
So
you
with
saying
that,
that doing catalogs is just the best to just like put it all in one thing?
I would,
Eh,
so yeah, there's two things here. I would do catalogs to do the market research. I would do
Okay.
catalogs against broad. I might also do it against broad retargeting, like the folks that have been to my website or engaged in my socials, sort of like what we saw in the last audit.
Uh-huh.
Those that warm audience. Are there products that dominate spend in those audiences and have an above average conversion rate? If there are products that dominate spend and suck at the conversion rate level, we can remove them from our catalog. And one of the things I recommend people do is have a product set where it could be all products, but also say where something like custom label 0 equals true or false. And you can adjust dynamically what is eligible for that catalog through a dynamic through a custom label, and that's something that markpipe can help with, and I think feednomics can do it. There's a lot of tools that can help you manage your catalogs and these custom labels. I think you get 5 by default.
Okay.
The reason for that is, I don't if you take something out of your catalog, you can't edit a product set once it goes live. But what you can do is say this product set is everything where custom label 1 equals true. Awesome. Then let's say the Marindor sucks. You could remove the custom label 1, instead of being true, could say equals false. And now at midnight, it's pulled from your catalog. And so what you're
Oh, kind
doing
of
is
like a rule, kind of like a meta rule where it's like if it
yep,
spends over 50 and doesn't get a sale, then it pulls it.
essentially you're doing the exact same thing, but what you're doing is you're pruning your product catalog to ultimately have what earns spend be the thing that also has an above average conversion rate. From that point, we can then say this feels like, let's say it's the Perla. For the purpose of the conversation, it's the second product on the list. Okay, let's
Hmm.
say it's the Perla. The Perla is it's getting 20% of budget, and its conversion rate's like 2.5, and it's making a sale every couple of days. Okay, I feel this one's got shot. That's where I could take some flex ads, a 322 style, and run it as some video and run it as some static. See, what can I do to get that across the finish line? And if I know that the Perla works both on prospecting and broad retargeting, I might do my creative testing just against that broad retargeting, because I know that audience is already looking to buy that product. Can I get those people across the finish line? And if I can, ultimately, I'm going to train some ads to be good at getting sales. And I can understand that this product can actually work with paid marketing. Then I'm training that thing to be better and better. And eventually, when I can't spend more there because I've maxed out my budget because my audience is only so big, that's when I could take that ad to full broad, and I could make that sort of my hero product. But right now, you kind of have paralysis by analysis in that there's so many options, the machine doesn't really know what to do. So in those cases, I'm willing to invest, and now it doesn't have to be nearly as much money. It last 30 days, 290, it could be 10 bucks a day. If you could afford 10 bucks a day to see ultimately where are the holes in your ship, and all you do is start plugging them up. It's hard to not make progress when you're constantly moving forward. Does that make sense?
Right, right. It's just like I'm getting worried because some of these, spent like 15, 60, and like didn't get sales. I mean, obviously I only ever let it run for like 2 days because it just,
Sure.
it tanked.
And so that's where I'd be okay with this being a smaller budget over a longer period of time.
Okay.
What I want is maybe that broad, and maybe that broad retargeting. It could be 10 bucks a day per. whatever it is. What you want to know is, what is earning spend? The signal here isn't volume of spend, did it make a sale? The signal here is the Marindor earned 4 times more than anything else. Does that convert? And if the answer is no, then it shouldn't be in your catalog. Now, I want you to preface this with, let's let the catalog spend some money before we make that decision, because you might have something where it converts 50% of the time because 2 people landed and 1 guy bought, but if you send another 1,000 people there, nobody buys. Let's let the ad spend deliver some volume. And so
Yeah,
what I
for
would do
sure.
is kind of have a map of all the products that I've got, conversion rate by product right now. Run up this test, see what earns spend, and does that landscape of the conversion rate by product change? And if we start to see some sales popping up on random things, what if it's the Enverel? Start selling, like, okay, the Enverel's starting selling. Oh, look, it's 2 $15 line items. That's $60. Like, okay, something's going on here. This is kind of working. If you start to remove the things that don't work, then you're going to be able to discover what does. And you are in a position where you don't already have a clearly defined hero product because of the nature of the business.
Hmm.
So in order for us to find what that is, this is the most cost-effective way of going about it. Now, in addition to that, there's no harm in posting organic content around all of the things that you think might work. So if there's maybe 10 or 15 items where you're like, this might do a good job, these are things that are selling, can I launch some Instagram reels around that product? Can I produce some video or something to just start to get some extra attention and momentum towards it? And
Yeah.
you're going to
So
find that the things that do well organically there are also going to be things that perform well as ads.
okay, so here's my question, because you're the first person I've heard that like actually talks about how your organic, the Facebook and Instagram accounts tie into the algorithm like
Sure.
learning. So when I was at so some of my suppliers, like they have videos like this. I don't know if you can actually see it
Yeah, I can
play,
see it.
but
Yeah.
it's just simple like, videos like HD just up close of them like holding the jewelry, shining it, and
Sure.
like so pretty much I have like 1,000 of these. And so like
Got
one
it.
of my goals was like, dude, what if I just upload like 10 of these a day to Reels, see
Love
which
it.
ones hit, and then maybe do your strategy where you run more traffic to it and then eventually turn it into an ad? Do you think that would
Yeah.
be a good idea to be
Yeah,
cost
I
effective?
would I would load 10 a day as a trial reel. And then, for instance, let's just take the first one here.
Hmm.
269 in views. Okay, so let's click on the first one.
Hmm.
3 likes. Let's see the next one. 24. Twice as many views, a lot more likes.
Hmm.
This one, I don't remember the view count on this, but like, it's these, some of these are much better than the others, right?
Right.
So you're going to begin to see what actually even earns attention. So you could do 5, you could do 10, you could do. I mean, I got a brand that I work with, and it's in the Pokemon card space, and they do giveaways. They're basically a lottery, and they're going to do fucking gangbusters numbers. But with this being said, what you're going to find as the trial reels, what happens is that shows it's only to people who aren't currently following you. So it's what is incremental. So you're not hitting your own audience with your own stuff and then basically getting a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, you're talking about like that little trial feature, like when you go to
Yeah.
post it, it says like run as a test and it
Yep.
only shows it to non-followers.
Yep. So if you do that, following our how to crush Facebook ads on a low budget strategy, you could spend $10 a day there and $10 a day on the DPA broad and $10 a day at retargeting. If you got $1,000 over the next month, odds are, especially at kind of your price points, you'll at least break even, but you're going to do a lot better at understanding what your customers actually want. And I would prioritize that with that list of conversion rate by landing page. Just put the things that already convert as the first stuff you run. Because to be fair, you already have some information. You're not starting from absolute zero. So you
Hmm.
essentially have a punch list in order of confidence. You can run that organically, and you can double check what works organically and what works on the site. Does that also earn spend on the catalogs? Because the truth is, you might have stuff that works organically, stuff that works on the site, but doesn't sell in a catalog ad. What you need to do is check all 3 of those boxes. And if that works, the likelihood of you being able to run up more ads to sell that product is really high. Now, to
Okay,
be
quick question.
fair, maybe this thing that's got 525 views with the 24 likes, everybody loves it, but nobody buys it. You would
Right.
find, oh, it blows up on trial reels. The conversion on the webs the trial reels is spend is through the roof. The DPA spend is through the roof. The conversion rate on the site is 0. Well, fuck it. That is a waste.
Yeah, right. So
And so what you're
what?
going to do is you basically have these 3 checkpoints. Is it do A, B, and C? If it checks all 3 of those boxes, your likelihood of that thing being something that you could run ads to and scale is exponentially higher than just taking random shots in the dark.
Okay, so those three checkboxes are spend on catalog ads, spend on retargeting, and then organic views.
It would be, does it earn spend in the DPA, both or on broad and retargeting?
Okay.
Does it have an above average conversion rate on the landing page?
Okay.
And does it earn views in the trials? Or more importantly, does it earn engagements in reels? Like at 269 and 1 like or whatever, that's just a bummer. Now, maybe the 525 gets a ton of views, but no likes. For instance, the other one, 428, it got 428 views, but no likes. The other one had
Mm-hmm.
525 views and 24 of them. Well, one of
Mm-hmm.
those earned views and engagements.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's an action rate implied by that, right? So it
What?
earns attention and people engage. If it earns attention and people engage and the website converts better than other ones and it soaks up the budget in the DPA, you, there's worse things to be spending your money on to try to make a sale.
Okay, so what budget would you do for the organic side? Like, let's say I post 10 a day, that would not be hard, easy to
Yeah.
do.
I
If I
mean,
post 10
I
a day,
think
how much budget do I like? Do I put that all in one campaign for the
yeah,
organic engagement?
I would be okay with you just pumping all of that stuff into one campaign with a daily budget, even if it's as little. I mean, the budget says whatever you can afford, but if it was as little as $10 a day, and you just turn every ad off at $5, $20, whatever it is, whatever some line in the sand is for you to make a demarcation of success. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, on my Instagram, every post gets
Mm-hmm.
$35.
Okay.
And then
And
when
what
it gets to
what
35 bucks, I go and take a look at, did it get me followers? And if it did, I might continue to promote that because I know that it's filling my funnel. If somebody's following me, odds are you've been to my website and my content is purely about my products. Or for you, your content is all about rings and stuff and jewelry. For me, my content is me interviewing people talking about marketing. You are not following an account where the guy interviews strangers about marketing unless you want to know more about marketing. And you've probably been
Mm-hmm.
to my website. All I'm doing is filling my funnel with people that are interested in buying from me without ever selling to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then what about ManyChat? I was going to ask you about that on the organic side. You think that'd be worth it? Like to,
I think it would. I don't hate the idea of the ManyChat. I think you're probably
do
gonna
you think
have to
it's
have
too
different
time
flows for every
consuming?
product.
Yeah, that's the thing though. So, I mean, do you think it's like worth it if I'm going to crank out 10 a day?
I think I would retroactively,
Do it, yeah, after I
yeah.
get some traction.
If something works as a trial, potentially you repost it again, but change the caption or something. Or like do apply it to your winners.
Yeah.
You're gonna find, I'll bet you if you go through all your products, there's like 5 or 10% of the things that if we just check the boxes we talked about, you're gonna get some outliers.
Hmm.
Run the ManyChat to those outliers. That's totally fine. I might
Okay.
even do a ManyChat attached to everything with one thing that's just like comment whatever the fuck for like 10% off, right? Your email capture flow.
ManyChat can do that. Like people, just like one, you comment anything and it works. It
Yeah,
kind
it
of like
could
sends
say
them all to the
anybody
same
that
thing.
comments with this keyword on any post.
Okay.
So if they I don't know if they comment ring, I'd probably be more specific than that or something because that's probably going to happen by random. But you could have somebody essentially opt in and be like, "Hey, thank you for your interest. By the way, do you want that 10%? What's your email address? Awesome. Here you go. Now you're just stacking email addresses, doing market research. You can sell via email while growing your actual follower account and doing market research and then selling to all the people that are interested and then seeing what actually works and then just amplifying that. Now you've got a great flywheel with which to grow. And I mean, that can be a lot of work. uh we lay it all out here, and if you need some help with that stuff, let me know. I'm glad to answer any questions, and ultimately if it's a bit much for you to take on, we've got people here that can help you.
Okay. Here's another quick question for you. So, I have basically one ad in my prospecting CBO. So I don't have retargeting set up. I probably should do that. Um, and it did good. It's still profitable. It's like one of the only ones that's like
Okay.
actually profitable. It was showing us something we have for a bundle. So it's
Got
like
it.
three products for 250.
Love it.
And I tried to duplicate it and give it like its own winning ad set. I call it like the champion ad set, and then it
Sure.
spent 260 and didn't get anything. But the CPM and cost per account, 1,000 accounts was lower, but it
Sure.
didn't get any sales. So
Yeah.
that kind of pissed me off. What? And then so I guess like for something like this, when I see like one that's actually doing decently well,
Yeah.
how do I increase? How do I give it more? Like I guess I'm just trying to know like the why behind. I kind of am curious your
Well, what you
explanation.
did was say, this thing works, so I'm going to stop it and try to recreate it all over again. I would say, why did you duplicate it? And you'd be like, well, I want to isolate my winners, but why? It's already winning. You've already
Hmm.
solved the problem. So what you did is say, I invested $5,700 into trying to solve a problem. I did it. So now I'm going to start all over and hope I can do it again. Like, why? You've already done it. You
Okay.
basically added workload to try to get lucky twice when you were already making money.
Hmm.
And I tell people all the time, yes, the idea is to get winning ads, but like if you can increase the budget, the worst thing you could do is change anything.
Mm.
If you've
Okay.
already solved the problem, you have one job. Can I increase the budget?
Yeah.
If the answer is yes, the single worst thing you could do is change anything else.
Got it. I'll take that to heart. See, it's always harder when you have like a smaller budget
Sure.
and,
Yeah.
because you want to look at it day by day and make an adjustment because like
Yeah.
one day it makes two sales, next day it makes none. And then you're like, oh crap, I'm not profitable anymore. And
Yeah.
so I
And
think I just need to chill.
this is why I think getting the ManyChat going, getting your email marketing going, figuring out the organic, you can have so many projects that aren't, does this ad make a sale? And I would
Right.
challenge yourself, if you can, set a stopwatch for 1 hour. And that's the only amount of time you're allowed to spend inside the ad account every week. I guarantee you'll make more money.
Really.
If you hang out in a barber shop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. If you've already solved the problem of raising your budget, stop fucking it up. You've already won the game. Stop making it more difficult. You have more
Ouch.
important things to do.
That hurts, Charlie. That hurts, man. That's kind of effed up.
I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you. It seems like you got a bit of a personality where you can take that feedback, and so I'm going to give it to you. Like,
Yeah, I did.
yeah,
That's the thing. It's like I'm doing too many things, and I get like so annoyed because it's like because I'm touching too many things at once. It's like I don't know if I let something run long enough to know if it would have worked or if I
sure.
wasted money
What
on
what
it.
I
And
would do honestly is I would just I would just keep anything on that's made more than one sale with a GPT that's positive, and you start
hmm
pruning out the shit that sucks and doing everything else that we talked about. Your
okay,
number
so
one goal is, can my profitability on what I've already gotten lucky with fund all of the things that are going to help me build a foundation that I can scale?
yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. I'm just trying to get that foundational profitability so I can invest into like trying the other ideas. Because like the other thing I haven't solidified yet is bundles versus like selling singularly.
Sure.
And if I could sell, one product at a time, it would make things really easy. I mean, selling the bundles is fine too. It's just like, there's so many things to possibly test. I just don't have the
Yeah.
budget to do it all at once. If I
Yeah.
had
And
like
here's the thing, you
50K to
don't need
spend,
to. You don't need to test it all. Like
okay.
there's just I the foundation that will last. Your 10x task is figuring out how to talk to strangers for free. Then it's figuring out how to get the folks that have given you the ability to talk to them, how to get them to convert. If you've already figured out how to get strangers on an ad to buy, everything else is lower in the funnel than that. Just figure out those things. If you can figure out the organic, then your ads are going to work better anyway because you're attracting a higher quality a bit of attention. And if you can figure out how to improve your conversion rate, if your site-wide conversion rate is a 0.8 because 70% of your pages don't make sales at all, if you can improve that by 20%, essentially what you're doing is reducing the CPA on every ad by 20%, but it happens on every bit of traffic from any source. The more you change your ads, the more difficult improving the business is going to be.
Hmm,
Because
that's a
you're
good
not
point.
focused on trying to keep this as an account as a media buyer. You're trying to make money. Your entire objective is, how do I not touch the ad account other than to increase the budget? That's the problem you want to solve, because otherwise the only solution you have is, how do I continue making the rest of the business more difficult to manage so that I can maintain what I already have? And that is a fucking nightmare.
Okay, so how many campaigns am I running here? So I have keep the CBO
I
and
would,
then
yeah. So you
and then
basically have a prospecting CBO and you have a market research DPA. And then I might have go through the how to crush Facebook ads on a low budget course that we have in the course hub,
Uh-huh.
and in the Disruptor Academy, the course hub, and just start to apply that stuff.
Okay. And broad retargeting would be its own campaign as well, a catalog retargeting or whatever.
No, that would be inside your catalog. It would just be a second ad set.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. And then you're just trying to learn what works. And then you try to check those boxes. And what you're really trying to do is find, is there one thing that I can sell at a profit? All you really care about is what can I invest in to spend more money? It is not how do I sell all the products. You don't have a warehouse full of inventory you have to clear.
Right.
So your number one problem is how do I spend money to make money? If you solve that problem, the single worst thing you could do is undo it.
Okay. So here's last question is, for example, that one that's been profitable with the bundle offer.
Sure.
I literally just made like a compilation of products from my manufacturers and just like put it in Canva. I mean, like it's
cool.
Terrible, but I mean, but like all that matter again, like mainly the things that matter are, yeah. So should I just create maybe like 3 or 4 variations of this with different footage?
No, you're already making money. You have more important things to do than to make it more difficult to make money.
So don't touch this ad, just increase budget.
You've already won the game. Stop trying to hurt yourself. Focus on more important things.
Like
the more
finding
ads
more
you
winners.
launch, the dumber the machine is, and you've already got the win.
So just basically do the catalogs, find like those 3 points.
The worst thing you could do right now is launch new ads inside this campaign.
Got it.
Yeah. You already have the win.
Okay.
So don't get in your own way. Let me put it to you this way. The worst thing you could do is build an individual ad right now. There's so much more important stuff in your business, and you're already making money. The reason you're not profitable is because you spend so much time and effort trying to invest in more places that aren't making money. You're spending the majority of your time and effort doing things that are guaranteed to lose you money and doing less things to build on what's actually working.
Yeah,
but it makes sense because it sounds like you put in a lot of time and effort in trying to teach yourself what's going on. So there's no way you're going to be perfect right off the bat. And there's a lot of conflicting advice. My opinion is that ultimately what you want to do is make money. You want to make sales. If you can already do that, don't push your agenda. The market's already telling you what to do.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Hey, Charlie, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And thanks for just slapping my face.
No problem, man. You had the vibe where I felt comfortable just being honest with you.
I don't even have a beard, so I mean, that hurt,
Fair enough. There's a little bit of padding here.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, dude.